And welcome to another episode of Race to Wealth on the Boss Up Houston Network. We're so excited that you're joining us today. We always like to start out with the story of the day. So our story of the day is about a man who he was walking by this river, and as he was walking by the river, he saw a man. He was very distraught. He looked like he was disheveled, and he gave the man a fish. The next day, he came by the river. Exactly the same man was there, looking with the same emotions. He gave him a fish again. Each day that he passed by this man for 7 days, he gave him a fish. Until finally, he got some wisdom from some of the older people who said, if you give a man a fish, you'll supply his need for 1 day. But if you teach a man to fish, and then you'll supply his needs for a lifetime. So he taught the man how to fish, and this time when he went by the river, the man wasn't just sitting there waiting for a handout. The man was actually in the act of fishing and getting his own fish. So that's our story of the day. The title of our show today is Philanthropy is not just for ballers.
Oh, wow, that was so cute. I love it. And that's just a joke between me and her, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. So we're talking about philanthropists. So I just wanted to go right into it. We're going to talk about what it means. So the desire to promote the welfare of others, expressed especially by the generosity donated of money to good causes. And so there's so many millionaires and billionaires that are showing their side of generosity by giving to different organizations. And that's what a philanthropist does. They give. We all can be one, because you just don't have to be rich to be a giver.
Right. That is so true.
Right.
And I love what you said, that philanthropy is when you want to give to a cause, give to a good cause, to help somebody else to do better. And like you said, it doesn't always have to be money, because sometimes people think for someone to be a philanthropist, they have to have all this money and they have to be giving it out, all the time. But in reality, philanthropy is oftentimes about more than just money. Mm-hmm. People, they give of their money, of course. They give of their time. Mm-hmm. They give of their talents. Mm-hmm. They give of their skill. They give of their personalities. They give of in all these different ways. Just imagine all the people that you know and the way that they contribute to your life. They might have like a bubbly personality, like my friend Delcine here.
Hey.
She's the life of the party. So if you have a friend that gives of their personality, that's a big deal, because they're adding a lot to the mix. If you have, there's so many different ways that you can give, right, so that you add to the mix and you add to the scenery and you add to your group of friends, So philanthropy is not just for ballers. And when we say ballers, we're talking about, people who have lots and lots and lots of money that they have accrued or that they earn all the time. Being a philanthropist is for everyone.
Right. And when we mentioned ballers, we were just making our title up for the show, so there's no offense to anybody and any occupation or as far as what you do. So if we just use that because we just thought it was spicy, to
that
spice
is
up
spicy.
the title. Yeah. So, people say I'm a baller because they got money and they throwing it here and there, and they can buy what they want, and diamonds and jewelry and houses and cars, and believe it or not, I want the same thing. Tell
Me
you the
too.
truth. Tell the truth, saying the devil. Yes, who does not need additional income? Because money makes the world go round. We all need it, even in our families, for our children, and for our welfare, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. One of the things that I was reading about when it came to philanthropy and giving, biblically, it is said that giving should be top priority. And when the Lord talks about giving, He's talking about giving of your first fruit, giving from the very best that you have. That's the kind of giving that we should all do. Because just imagine if you went to a party and at the party they had the best food. It was prepared by chefs and it was just beautiful, just delicious food. When just to look at it makes your mouth water, right? But then you got the food that was at the very end. That would be terrible because even though it was prepared by chefs, it had the freshest ingredients and all of that. After it's been picked over, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be that same quality of food, and you're just not going to feel the same way about it. So, the kind of giving that it's said to be the best giving is off of the top. That's why when people tithe, they tithe off of their money from the very beginning. It's so much harder to give when you're at your very, very end of your money and then you have to give, it just doesn't give the same way.
Not, it doesn't, but at the same time, the lady in the Bible gave her last piece of cake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
don't forget about that. And then
That's true.
there's a person that say, my heart is in it. I want to be a part of this. So they're going to give their last dollar. Not their last dollar. Don't give your last dollar. Maybe a little bit of it. A little bit of it. Not the whole last dollar. But if that's what you feel, hey, I'm not the one to judge.
Yeah.
But she is right when she's saying you do want fresh. I know when I go out to eat, I want my food fresh.
Yeah.
And they might have had something sitting there, sort of like where you're talking about, and it's left over because it's been sitting there. Not that it's leftover, but you let it wait. You let it sit so long.
Right.
And it's not fresh.
It
Who
have
doesn't
the
want
same
fresh? We want fresh from the top, So
and
she
money is
right
the same
about
way.
that. Definitely.
Money is the same way. No one wants stale money.
She's stale money. Good one.
Want stale
I'll take some stale
I'll
money.
take some stale money too. But
Oh, girl, I'm about to fall.
okay, don't fall.
Jesus. But
But giving should be a priority.
Well,
Because that's a great way to live life. If you are giving and you're giving from the very beginning, you don't even have to worry about if that money is going to come back to you, if that whatever offering you had is going to come back to you, because it always does. When you are giving, it will come back to you. People see that in you, they appreciate that in you, and you won't always get every single piece of it back. Like, that's not going to happen. But sometimes you get more. Sometimes you get blessings in all these other different ways because you're giving,
definitely. It's just like you giving. It's like seed time and harvest. You sowing what you reap. You got to put it in the ground so it can grow. It's just like food. You put it in the ground. You might not see that seed, but eventually it's growing. You just keep sowing and you just keep believing and have faith that what you are seeding into somebody's life is going to come back to you. And it could come back to you with favor. Who needs, definitely, I would just love to have doors of opportunity to open for me because I bless someone in another way. So it's always good to give in life. And it just feels so good that you can be a vessel to be used to do that. It's just very special. It's just very special.
Yeah.
So, and there are other ways that people give as well. There are people that volunteer their time, people that give to charities. Yeah. For example, donating canned goods and food at the food banks and things like that for needy families, for in the community, donating toys and toy drives and Christmas drives, and that's special,
yes, it is.
because there's so many of us that may be hurting or in need, and that's how we can be a help. We can be a person that makes a difference. I was telling my friend here today about my church service. I have to add that in. Ooh, my church service was awesome. I go to New Light Church. Pastor Arisha Hilliard. Oh my God, you make a difference in what we're talking about as far as giving, no matter who you are, no matter what level of life and where you are, you make a difference. I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah, that was powerful when she was telling me about that.
Yeah.
It's so true. And
Yeah.
you know the thing about it is that life goes in cycles, you know, where you are the person who is giving, you're very fortunate at the time, and you can give to others. And then there are other cycles in life, other seasons in life where you wish that somebody would come by and give something your way because you just don't have it and you're trying to make everything meet up and it's just not meeting. With all the different seasons and cycles that we go through, when it is your springtime and you have more than enough, it only makes sense to give. And then when it's your turn to where you're going through a winter in life and you just don't have it, then you should still feel okay about receiving because people are giving so that someone else can receive anyway.
Exactly.
You know, so I know sometimes people they feel a certain way because they have to be on the receiving end, or you know they're like, I don't really want to, you know, get a handout from someone. But people are giving so that you can receive and you can make it through those hard times.
Exactly.
You know, in life.
So I thank God for the philanthropists that are out there that can give, you know, like they do. There are millionaires as well, that secret millionaires they're called. I've read up about that. They're just, they go into different cities and see who they can be a blessing to. It could be somebody starting a business. It could be someone that they're finding out that's having difficulties helping their children to go to college, or just all sorts of different types of situations that people are in. Look at the storm we just had in New Orleans, you know. I mean, my God, there's a guy that's, I think he's from New York. I'm not sure either. He's from overseas. He's going around feeding thousands and thousands of people in New Orleans, and he's bringing all the food in. They're trucking it in. They're trucking it in, and he's cooking it, or he's, you know, bringing it out of his his vehicles and everything, and feeding the people that don't have food. So that's a blessing. I mean, look at the electricians that are volunteering to go down, or either they're working with their jobs to go down to help with the electricity down there. They're giving up their times, you know. That's a big form of giving, and we need their help desperately.
Definitely.
You know, so
especially giving of their skills.
Definitely.
Because whenever you have a skill level and you can help in that kind of way with electricity, and then that's huge. Everybody can't do it.
No, and it's dangerous as you know, and it's dangerous. You really have to know what you're doing when you're working with electricity, because your life is on the line.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I like how he's taking it right to the people, you know, with the food and giving it out to them and everything, because there are a few different ways that you can give. One of them is that you can give to different organizations and allow that organization to split up the money and have it go this percentage to these people, this percentage maybe for the transportation to so you can have it, you can give directly to the people, or you can give to organizations and they will divide up how everything goes out.
Exactly.
You know, so I like how he was giving it like directly to the people.
And talking about giving, on another note, that's one of the opportunities that we have in our business. What we have is we have a service where we donate money to schools for education.
Oh, yes. I love it.
So we're in the giving business as well, and that's another reason why we definitely want to always make sure that we let you know what we have. So we're looking for teachers, principals, anyone that works in the education industry or an education system, to let them know to definitely like us on our Facebook channel, or our Facebook channel, Race to Wealth.
on the Boss Up
on
Houston
the
Network.
Boss Up Houston Network and get in touch with us because again we have money to donate to schools to help to teach the kids about financial literacy.
Yeah.
We also have a scholarship program for people that are looking to go to college. That's going to be opening, I think, around about November. So to get more information, definitely get in touch with Delcine Thomas or Venessa Harris. We're looking to get this information to as many people as possible. Organizations that have academies, educational academies as well. So yeah, get in touch with us so we can definitely give you the information.
Yeah, and there are a lot of schools who the way that they receive money has changed since COVID. So there may be a school that you know of, maybe your kids go there, maybe you teach there, that would be interested in getting some additional income to come in just from having the kids learn more about financial literacy.
Definitely.
So yeah, just reach out to us. We could definitely get you that information. I love about the scholarships. The scholarships are awesome.
Yes, the scholarships are
my gosh.
awesome.
Last year we gave away $650,000.
Exactly.
And we would love for that to be someone who is viewing this show whose child gets some of that scholarship money. Because, if your kid gets $25,000, that could definitely pay for like an associate's degree towards their college, Yes. So, yeah.
And there are 10 different donations as well, or opportunities. The $25,000 she mentioned, and it also goes to $15,000, $10,000, $5,000, $2,500, and I think down to $1,000. So there are multiple amounts that you can qualify for in the scholarship program we have. So definitely get in touch with us. Once again, we're on Facebook as well. Delcine Thomas and
Venessa Harris.
So we're going to take a break for a few minutes, and then we're going to come back, a little commercial break. See you in a few minutes.
See you in a few.
Stay up. Where we look up, stay up.
Wanna be a boss? You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Welcome back to Race to Wealth. I'm your host, Venessa Harrison.
And Delcine Thomas.
So we've been talking all about how philanthropy is not just for ballers. Philanthropy is for everybody.
Everybody. Exactly.
Giving is super, super, super important. Even if you have just a small amount, there is someone who could benefit from your giving. Not to mention you benefit from your giving.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just like whenever you see somebody in need on the street, you give them $5. You give them $2. You give them some change. You know, that's a form of giving, and it's a blessing because you never know what position they're in. Mm-hmm. We really don't know. We look at people every day, and we try to read them. You know, she or he's dressed like this, and they look polished and poised, and you just never know what's going on behind closed doors. Meaning, you just never know what's going on behind the way they look. So, you know, like I was saying earlier, we all make a difference in life, and there's nothing wrong with helping people out. But of course, you want to be careful because some people can take advantage of you. So we're not just talking about just giving, but there are some other people that we may mention of. Just a few minutes ago, we were talking Oprah Winfrey. Yeah. She used to give on her show all the time.
Oh my gosh,
what
she
gave
say, so much. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car.
You know,
you all get a car.
Yes,
or whatever she's giving away.
Oprah used to give, and then of course Ella DeGeneres. Oh my
yeah,
gosh, she's
Ellen
always
DeGeneres.
giving. But I like one thing about her, she was always researching people off of Facebook or Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Or either her staff would find out people that made a difference in life.
Yes.
You know, from the age of 3 up to the age of 40, 50, or whatever.
Just a shout out from her really impacted their whole life, because they could be on YouTube or Instagram doing something great, and once they get on the Ellen show, then they have even more exposure. People know who they are. They're able to like sell more tickets to all of their events and stuff. They become a household name.
Yeah.
You know, I like that kind of giving where someone is headed somewhere and you get to contribute to like the vision that they have, you know. So if someone has a vision of where they want to go and you get to give towards that, is really, really, I love that kind of giving. But that reminds me, I saw something on YouTube recently, and it would have been something that I would have given to. Mm-hmm. But then looking back, I would have regretted, you know, giving to it. There was a lady, and I don't know if I should say her name or not, but there was a lady, she had an invention, and the invention was, you know how you can go and get your blood drawn, and they have like these tubes, these vials that are like this big, and you get them sent to the lab, and they get to run all these different tests on your sample of blood, and then it comes back after a couple of weeks, and then they can tell you all about your numbers, your cholesterol, your sugar, your liver, your kidney, your everything.
Right.
Well, this lady, she had invented something where at the prick of your finger, just a little bit of blood, they could put it inside of this box, and you'd have the results back in like an hour. And so it was life-changing because you didn't have to give all this blood, and you didn't have to wait for a long time to get all the results back. And I thought it was genius.
That is awesome.
But it ended up that even though it was really great, they even had it in Walgreens and some other places, it wasn't true.
Oh, what?
There wasn't a way that they could take that small amount of blood and run all these tests. And the box is a Theranos box is what it's called. And the lady, she made like $9 billion on this little black box, and she was selling it everywhere. But now she has to go through the courts because it's a fraud. It was a scam.
Oh my God.
And people were highly upset about it.
Wow.
There's one man, he was very health conscious, and he went to go and get the little prick of his finger, get all the test results ran, and it came back to show that he was pre-diabetic. And so he was crushed because he spent his whole life trying to be his healthiest, And he went and got a second opinion. He went and got blood drawn, got the test. They came back and said that he wasn't pre-diabetic. But he just says that if he had listened to this lady with this little black box, that he would have gotten on medication, like maybe for his whole life, for something that he didn't even need to have medication for.
Right.
But, you know, if someone has a vision for something, I'd be willing to give to that. But the way that all these people gave to this lady's vision, and then it ended up not being true.
How awful.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad.
Right. Well, you know, that's why we have to be so careful in life and do a little research behind what we're looking for, and as we again are giving to help out, you know, different organizations and things like that, because things are going to happen in life, and sometimes they are avoidable and sometimes they're not. But for the most part, ask your friends, or you know, ask someone that may be in the business arena, and in their field, and just ask them just to get some guidance or opinion about what you're getting ready to do.
Yes.
Some consultation. And I think that really helps to hopefully avoid some situations that you may can come across. But you know, on another note, I was thinking earlier when we were talking about giving, and I was just thinking about how Jesus fed the 5,000.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
just from giving. You got to
yes.
give. You got to give. And it's more than what we ever could imagine.
Yeah.
It's more than what we ever could imagine. So don't be afraid to give, you know. Yeah. And again, talking about giving and being able to give, we also have a business that you can definitely work from home, work from home opportunity to have your own home-based business. Yeah. Talking about giving, we have something we want to give. Yeah. We want to give you more information on how you can have your own home-based business.
And that reminds me of, you know, teaching a man to fish and giving him a fish. So what we have is we're teaching people how to always have good credit, because you don't want to get to a position where your credit is messed up and you don't know how to fix it.
That's right.
What we have, it shows you every step along the way, every way that you could improve your credit, improve your finances, so that if you get into a situation, something happens, you already know how to get yourself in a better position.
Exactly. You know? Love that, Venessa. That is so powerful, because, you know, cash is king and cash is power. Credit is power, meaning that when you have your credit together, you can go out to any bank, any car dealership, and any realtor and expect to get you a home, or to get you a car, or to get you a loan from the bank. So if your credit scores is under 500, 560, and you want them to go up to 750, or I call it the 800 Club.
The 800
I love
Club.
Me some 750 to 800 Club. Come on and get in touch with us and let us show you how it's done. Yeah. And oh my God, special opportunities within the opportunity. We have a way that, you know, get your credit repaired and get paid at the same time. Come on, Venessa. Now, how many people you know are telling people that they have an opportunity for you to get your credit repaired and get the paid at the same time? Talk about giving. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
From our first show, we were saying
that's what's up. It
is. That's what's up.
It is. Yeah. I mean, you know, because we have to help the generations. It's not just talking about just us who, you know, you now, you know, in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s and your 50s and 60s, we're talking about generational wealth. When we talk about credit repair, we're not just sitting up here just saying, you know, and laughing about it. We're very serious, because it's a serious matter. There are millions and millions of people around the world that are hurting in bad situations and don't know how to get out of them. And the fact that our programs are educational, they're not just putting you in, or we're just not doing your credit for you. We're helping to educate you. Like myself, I have become educated, because at one time, yes, I'll tell a little secret, about 30 years ago, my credit was shot. It was awful, but I wasn't educated like I was going to college and, getting out of high school, going to college. And if you don't know the wealth that you have in your with your finances as far as credit is concerned, you won't know what to do with it when the opportunities come around for you to buy a car. You walk in, you're not knowledgeable. You don't, you're just expecting them to give you a car from your job information, but it's so much more than that. So this is so serious about what we're talking about. It's about educating the youth while they're in high school. This program goes into the high schools and middle schools, to educate them. So they'll know when they get out of high school and going into college what credit cards are worth, what their credit is worth, so they do not mess up their future.
Yeah. There's so many things that, when we go into the schools that we teach kids that they originally might not have known, because how many of them really know about calculating interest rates and about saving money? It sounds like an easy thing to do, but how exactly is it done? So those things are so important. And then some kids, when they get out of high school and they go to college, they have these cards. They say, if you sign for this credit card, we'll give you a T-shirt and a backpack, and then you'll have this credit card.
Yeah.
A lot of kids don't know how to use that credit card. As soon as they get it, they go and max it out, and no one has ever told them any different. Maybe their parents might have said, don't get a credit card, but there needs to be an education there so they can know that you don't ever use all of your credit card. Even for adults, some adults may not know. You don't ever max out your credit card. That's not how they're used. So definitely the education behind it all has really helped. It has helped me, because even I feel like my parents, they were, responsible people.
Right.
But I've learned so much through our organization about how money really works, how credit really works, and how if anything gets out of whack, how to put it back in line.
Exactly.
I've learned a lot over these years. I really learned a lot.
Yeah, you become disciplined, and it empowers you also. When when the education part, it empowers you as a person, because now that you're more knowledgeable, you know what to do and when to do it and what not to do, and how it's going to hurt you in the long run. Now, of course, there are certain different situations in life that can't be helped, and we understand that. But it's still, if you're not knowledgeable, then that's where we're coming in, to give you the knowledge, to help you, even in the situation, whether it's bad or good. But we just want to inform people that that's what we're here for. So we are definitely giving of our time when we do that. We just don't, pull you in the office, do an application, and, and just put you on the side. We definitely have a relationship with our clients, and that's what we want to build, relationship, because in that way, we can help you with your future.
And we get to celebrate when they get all those different things. When they get their first huge amount on their credit card. And then we get to celebrate that with you whenever you purchase your first home, or you get your first car that nobody had to co-sign for. Right. We want to be here to celebrate all of those different times with you guys. Okay. That's why we love keeping up with our clients, so we can celebrate with you. Yes. We love that. We love that.
Definitely.
So philanthropy isn't just for ballers. We can give in a lot of different ways.
Yes, we can.
Give of your expertise.
Yes.
Give of your time, of your give of yourself.
Yes.
Yes. That we give.
We give, y'all.
We give.
We give. That's what it's about.
Okay, so on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Okay.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Boss up, Houston, you know why?
BossUp.tv with your host, Shamir Bacon. Tune in and stay locked and boss up. Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Married is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.
Hello and welcome back to Race to Wealth. Yeah, so we were just talking about
Philanthropy.
philanthropy versus the ballers. You know, and again, there's no judgment against the word ballers. We just use that to ignite our title of our show.
Yeah.
We just wanted to put some oomph in it because the
Some
ballers
oomph.
do got oomph there. Don't get us wrong. They have it going on, and a lot of them are professionals, and I love that about them. Basketball players, football players, hockey players, swimmers, who's ever making money, in sports arenas, and in other areas of business, IT, in technology, you got Jeff Bezos, all of them, we might use the word ballers, but, rappers.
Everyone who has gotten so good at what they do that people pay them. Those are the ballers.
Those are the ballers.
Because, if you wonder, how do these people make all of this money? It's because they have gotten so good at what they do that people pay them to watch them do what they do. It's really, really awesome. One of the guys that we had mentioned earlier before the show, I want to bring him up now, Robert F. Smith. This guy, he's really awesome at what he does. But one of the things he did at one of the graduations at an HBCU, he decided that he wanted to give all of the college graduates a great send-off gift. And I thought it was an awesome gift. Everybody who was graduating from that college, I think it was in 2020 or 2021, he paid off all of their student loans.
Wow.
So they were leaving college with no student loans.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh my God.
Huge.
That's huge. I can feel that.
So many people.
Can you feel it? Somebody paying for your paying off your degree?
So
Woo. Making me
imagine? Can you imagine? Okay, a lot of people when they leave college, that is the big cloud that looms over their head is these student loans.
Yes.
So he paid them off for everybody. Oh my gosh. And I know their parents and, were probably like, oh my gosh, people fainting in the crowd.
I was just thinking about that when you said that. You know what? And then there was another person, if you remember too, hearing about it, that paid off medical students'
Oh.
Yeah, they paid off
wow.
medical students bills, financial bills for nursing and doctors.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you know they just improved those people's quality of life? Because when you have bills and stuff hanging over your head,
that's it right
you
there.
cannot, you don't think the same.
No.
You don't function the same.
No.
You know, but to have all of that paid, their whole quality of life just went up. I bet when they go outside, the air just smells fresher. I bet, you know, their muscles just feel so much better. Everything about them, you know.
And you know
That's
what?
a big burden taken off.
You're talking about pressure. You're just not, even though with what you're talking about, include this. You're talking about your whole immune system of your body being dysfunction because of the pressure on you. So men and women wondering why they may be gaining weight, wondering why why I have these massive headaches all the time, wondering why your eye is jumping sometimes like mine do. From, stress or pressure, just little things, aches and pains, and like, what is going on? It is unhealthy because of the financial pressure on our lives, and we have to change. We have to help each other. We have to, even if it's information that that you can share with someone. Of course, there are all kinds of business opportunities out here for people to decide what they want to do, which is great. But if they don't know about it, how can they even venture to share, to get the information?
Right.
So Venessa is right. When you're talking about financial stress being lifted off of you, it's a major burden being lifted off of you. I'll tell you. It's just amazing feeling. You can breathe better. You can relax better. Like I said, all your organs in your bodies is just like, okay, I'm feeling better. The heart pumping right, the lungs are breathing better. You're like, okay, let's go party.
Right.
That's why we need money. We need finances.
And did you know that there are some people who are looking to give away money? Because their corporations or their organizations make so much money that they have to give a certain amount away by the end of the year, or they get a penalty because they made too much. There's a guy, Mr. Beast, on YouTube. That's what he does for companies. Wow. If there is a company, they need to get rid of some of their money, but by the end of the year or by whatever cutoff time that is, he will take that money and give it away to people. So he does it in different ways. Right. Sometimes he will have a challenge and say, if you guys race to the end of the street, then whoever wins, I'll give you $3 million. Or he'll say, go by and touch. He'd pick like 4 random people, and then say, anything that you touch in the store,
in the supermarket,
in the store. Anything that you touch in the store, I will buy it for you. So the people, they go by and touch everything. They're touching everything in the store, touching everything. And then he buys out the whole store.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
Because he has all this money from these corporations, and they have to give it away.
What's his name again?
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast, y'all. Look him up. Because of Mr. Beast, if you ever see this video, my name is Delcine Thomas. I live in Houston, Texas. Can you text me? Text me. 832-458-8960. I'm serious. You have not because you asked not.
Yeah.
And Venessa too.
Yeah, me too. Add me too, Mr. Beast. I know my daughter and my nephew, they love to watch Mr. Beast. And a lot of people around that age group, like 11, 12, 13, they are all into Mr. Beast. But then when I saw what he was doing, I was like, maybe I should be into him. Is there a way you can get on his show? Can I get on his show?
Yeah, most definitely. Let us know. We want all in. And we can share it with other people. See, we're not greedy either. We always talking about sharing. That's what I'm talking about.
We
talking about giving. Come on, y'all. You got to hand it to us. Man, this has been an awesome show. I love it. We have been having so much fun with everyone. Yes. And so we just look forward to you guys making sure you like it, like us, or share. Mm-hmm. Share. Okay. And subscribe. We're on YouTube, Race to Wealth.
On the Boss Up Houston Network.
That's right. And we're also on Facebook under Delcine, Delcine Thomas, Thomas.
And under Venessa Harrison, Vaneasa Harrison.com. VanessaHarrison.com or Facebook, Venessa Harrison.
That's right.
That's us.
That's us. So we look forward to seeing you guys on our next episode next Sunday.
Yes.
On Race to Wealth.
Mm-hmm. And if you'd like to reach out to Boss Up Houston Network, you can reach them at bossuphouston@gmail.com. We're so excited that you guys are with us this time. We'll see you again next time.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye.